So this is the third and final part of the Great Moyes Debate 2, the rise of bobbins. Very, very exciting. We are going to talk about the future now. We've touched on David Moyes, we've touched on the fans, now the future. Guys, I think 99% of Manchester United fans accept that David Moyes wasn't the right man for the job, and ultimately he will go. It seems likely. The question is, when will he go, and at what point? As in, do you think he'll go this season? Will he go in the summer? If so, before money is spent? Let's start this. Miguel, do you think David Moyes will be Manchester United manager to the end of the season?
I don't think that's as certain as it was 3 months. I think 3 months ago I would have said 100% with absolutely a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. I still think it's probably likely he'll remain till the end, but it's no longer. I mean, as I was just discussing a few minutes ago, it's no longer. Well, it's something that has been broached. I think it'll ultimately come down to two things. The biggest one is financial decisions. There's already been a lot of suggestions that a lot of commercial partners are not too happy about being associated with failure, which will hurt those who brought them on board, which has repercussions long term. Allied to that, I do think, and I have heard, that the fact they're able to say that they're Champions League quarter-finalists rather than a team that went out to the last 16 does make a difference. So I think he has possibly bought himself time in that. But beyond that, I think the secondary consideration that the suits will have, and this probably shows, it's lamentable the football has gone this way, but that the fact that this is secondary to financial concerns is the reaction of the fans. From what I've heard over the past week, there are suggestions that the owners want the cover of the, I suppose, more fans turning against Moyes. So it's at least politically an easier decision to make. But again, which would make you think that it wouldn't happen until the end of the season.
Do we think he would have gone if United had lost to Olympiacos and then lost to City?
I think it was very possible.
Yeah. Joshy?
Look, do you know what, the most worrying thing for me, Miguel has a lot more context, but the most worrying thing for me is when you see him speak, he doesn't speak like a man who's worried about his future. He's still talking about the future, the next season, the plans for the season, regardless of what that means. I mean, at the end of the day, he should be talking about now and getting things sorted. Yeah. But he's still talking like someone who's confident that he's been given assurances that he's going to still be there. Obviously, there's a lot of considerations in that. For me, he should have gone a long time ago. And things should have been put in place to start getting things sorted in the summer. Now we're in a position where we're sort of, again, we've hamstrung ourselves in the sense that if we get rid of him now, all these supposed deals that we're sort of in place, now they are kind of going to be in a bit of jeopardy because those players are expecting Moyes as manager. They don't know who's going to come in. So you're
be disappointed, he's not.
Well, I don't know, but you've got that element of it, and then you've got the World Cup as well. So it's not easy. Then the new guy comes in. So now we're at that stage where you're so close this summer, you've almost hamstrung yourself. But even then, I would take that gamble, and I would just say get rid of him. Put someone. I would put maybe even Giggsy in charge till the end of the season, and then sound out the likes of Jose and see what we can do to the summer. But I don't think it will happen. I'd like that to happen.
Adam, general consensus is that United have a huge budget. What's the general thought on the budget?
Yeah, I think it'll be high. Yeah,
a high budget.
I
was after a number.
Well, the numbers have been suggested, and I think our true are kind of 100, 150 million.
100, 150.
But
it's not a lot in this day.
Would you trust David Moyes with that money?
I wouldn't.
Do you want Leon Osman?
Well, as manager, yeah. It's not a laughing matter, to be fair, is it? I mean, David Moyes, I've been, you know, I don't know. I'm still, he's not the right man for the job, let's be honest. He's dragged us slowly towards 7th, 8th spot. Not even slowly, it's gone, really quickly. And it's like he's almost written off this season. I've said it so many times. Outside Old Trafford, standing in the cold, crying my eyes out, talking the same thing week in, week out. And you mentioned that cycle, that crazy cycle of up, down, down, and then you get up a bit again. And we're beating teams that we should be beating, and we're getting excited about it.
Well, that's the big. It's kind of the attritional drop in standards that suddenly. Yeah. Something that shouldn't be acceptable at a club like Manchester United becomes satisfactory, and that's the bigger worry. And that's why I think if Moyes was to be kept in the long term, I think you probably get into, at best, an Arsenal situation between 05 to 012, or 2012, where it's just kind of this kind of strange Champions League stagnation.
Yeah, and that's the target. Oh, we got Champions League football. We're a great side.
What you've got to ask
Fourth
is,
place trophy.
like,
That's what it'll be.
I hate going back to it. Sir Alex Ferguson will be in 7th. No. We've got a lot of problems in the squad, in the team. Yes, correct. We're also the team that won the championship by 11 points. Should this team be in 7th, 8th? No. As soon as he's come in, he's written off this season. He's put through a negative mentality throughout the whole team, throughout the whole squad. We've got club legends here who are leaving the club, and they're leaving the club with kind of like a negative feel. We've got Nemanja Vidic, who was our captain for one of our most successful periods of time. Rio Ferdinand, he lifted the European Cup in Moscow. You've got people like that. We should be telling them. Sir Alex Ferguson would have been saying to them, look, it's your last season, let's go out with a bang. And we've got him who's come in and almost said, he'd been talking to Rio Ferdinand, Jagielka would do this. We've been doing 2 hours, 3 hours training, defensive training with strikers like Robin van Persie, Wayne Rooney. And if the rumours are true and like the likes of Ryan Giggs have been watching that thinking, this is Man United, why are we spending 2 hours defending for?
And the thing there just about the whole issue of responding, and I think even if Moyes isn't the right man for Manchester United in any case, I think he very specifically wasn't the right man to replace Ferguson, because, I mean, as we know, Ferguson, one of the most charismatic managers of all times, arguably football's greatest manager ever, which is why you needed someone with as massive a personality to get a response out of people. Someone who just changed the whole kind of narrative, the whole feel. So it's no longer just about replacing Ferguson; it's about following someone else. Yeah. Whereas with Moyes, it was always going to be just about replacing Ferguson.
Mr. Bobbins said it. He goes, "I didn't want Mourinho as Manchester United manager, but it's true what he said. Like, he would have turned up and said, "This is me. This is my club. I'm here. This is my time to shine." Yeah. And it's almost like Moyes has arrived and he's like wide-eyed, and it's like a kid at Disneyland, like, a Man United manager. Phil Neville's our coach. If you're Robin van Persie, Wayne Rooney, and Phil Neville's coaching you, you're thinking, mate, like, I've already started more games than you, and you've retired. Like, what? Like, come on, I'm not saying anything bad against Phil Neville.
You kind of just did.
It's like, but I mean, he's your coach to players that are like
Jimmy Lumsden.
That players that he'll never be on their level. It's like, if Phil Neville telling you to defend and you're a striker.
The problem I have, one of the biggest problems I have with Moyes is that he's made fans like you believe that the squad is that bad.
I totally agree with this.
And look at exactly this time last year, we were playing Real Madrid, and Danny Welbeck scored the header in the Bernabeu. Robin van Persie missed that chance. We could have won that match, and the headlines were all about our new young breed of players coming through. Suddenly, the narrative has completely changed. Aging squad, not good enough, X, Y, and Z. Yeah, there are problems. But he has dragged us down to that level, made fans believe that the squad is not good enough. Well, if it wasn't good enough, why? He's added £65 million worth of talent to a team that won the Premier League by 11 points, and he's not getting the best out of our best players. Yeah, you can give Robin van Persie a lot of crap for he's not putting in the effort, but he's not that kind of player. He's not someone who runs around. Look what happened. He almost got sent off.
The mentality of the
Stick him in the box, play to his
ball.
best. Yeah, play to his strengths, and he'll score you goals. He proved that last season. Unfortunately, again, he's just the mentality of the fan base.
He's like a parody of himself.
Exactly.
It's like Sir Alex Ferguson came to Manchester United. We hadn't won a league title for 20 odd years. Come here and he said, "I'm knocking Liverpool off their perch." You got Moyes yesterday saying we aspire to be like City, a team that Ryan Giggs has won more trophies than. Are you being serious? We're champions of England. Like, why are we aspiring to be the second best team in England for? Like, I don't know.
Hey, don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Right, so let's say 11 seconds to make a final point. Joshy, go.
Final point. I don't trust him with £150 million. He's got to go, and then we can build after he's gone. I don't mind taking that gamble.
With 2 seconds to spare. Miguel, anything you'd like to add?
There is an argument that the team or the club should sell high now and try and get the best opportunity out of Europe by bringing someone else now.
8 seconds, nailed it. Got a lot of time for that. Very efficient. Adam, you ready? 11 seconds, mate.
Can I have this extra 2 seconds that you didn't use, please?
Yeah, you can. Go on, go.
I'll keep going to Old Trafford. I'll keep supporting the team, but I'm of the opinion that David Moyes isn't the man to take us forward anymore.
Didn't even need him. Didn't even need him. Right, that is the end of the Great Moyes Debate, Part 2, The Rise of Bobbins. Probably will have a different title because that one doesn't make any sense. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't seen the other videos and you've just joined on to this one, there are 2 others. Find them. They're on youtube.com/FullTimeDEVILS, as well as the original Great Moyes Debate. If you haven't seen that, watch it. Very, very interesting. Thank you very much.